Hi everyone, it's Spencer. Today is the full moon. It is September 8th, 2014. It is the full moon in Pisces. So Pisces is a water sign, and whenever the moon is full in a water sign, it has significant changes in our emotions, significant changes in our spirituality, and the flow of our daily life. So I'm not going to talk a ton about the astrological associations with this moon because this video is actually not about the full moon. It is about the stone of the full moon. It is about the stone of the goddess. Full moon is associated with moonstone. This is moonstone. This is a prayer bead of 108. It's called a mala. So rainbow moonstone is one of the forms. There's also what's called white moonstone, which just doesn't have many flashes in it like this does. But rainbow moonstone is exceptional because it has blue and yellow flashes in it that are really extraordinary. It sometimes has purples and pinks that you can see too. There's also black moonstone, which is a totally different kind of energy actually, so we're not going to talk too much about that. So rainbow moonstone. Rainbow moonstone connects us to the divine feminine, which is the goddess. It connects us to the feminine side of Father God. So there is Father God, which represents the sun, and then there's Mother Goddess, which represents the moon. The moon and the sun are the two aspects that control the earth, which is where we live. So it's kind of sort of important that we understand these. Moonstone allows us to not only connect with the moon, but to understand the moon, to understand the aggression of the moon and how fast it rotates around us. The moon is really a miraculous, amazing thing. If you think about it, it takes only 28 days for the moon to go all the way around us. I mean, come on, that's amazing. So when we look at this stone, what we see is we see inside of it. It's translucent. So what this stone does, all translucent stones are personal stones. They allow you to get inside of yourself and to work on yourself internally. The emotional body is deeply affected by moonstone because when we wear it, we allow ourselves to flow. Sometimes during healings or during certain spiritual experiences, if someone is using moonstone, people will burst into tears. People will have really, really extremely big earth-shattering mental or emotional moments because what it does is it evokes a lot of emotion because that's what the moon controls. The moon, especially moon in Pisces, controls our emotional thought patterns and our emotional struggles that we go through. So if you're having a lot of strife in a situation and you need wisdom and you need to figure out what you're doing wrong, what you maybe want to focus on for the next moon cycle maybe, moonstone is a really great stone. It allows you to connect to the higher energies of the feminine. The feminine is all about creativity. It's all about healing. It's all about dealing with old wounds. It's all about the past. It allows us every single time that the earth has rotated, the moon has been rotating with it. That's important, you know. We can't just look at the sun for hope. We have to look at the moon too, you know. And goddess worshipers and people who follow moon lore and moon energy know how true it is that the moon controls us. It really does, because the moon pulls the water from the earth. So you know what it's going to do? It's going to pull our blood, which is what, 75% water or something. It's going to pull that too. So when the moon is full, it's at its peak. It's really pulling us. It's pulling our spirits and our emotional bodies and our astral bodies out so that we can work on ourselves. So this is the perfect time for you to evaluate yourself, evaluate your life. Moonstone. Moonstone is especially good for women. Women, ladies, listen up. If you are having hardcore menstrual cycles, like really bad cramps, really, really bad periods, moonstone will help you regulate your PMS. It'll help you regulate your flow. There's a few other stones as well that do this. Carnelian is one. Carnelian is a beautiful orange stone. I'll do a special video on that too. But moonstone regulates PMS. It regulates your body. Sometimes if you wear moonstone for a whole moon cycle, new moon through full moon, and you haven't in the past, sometimes very easily your period will sync with the moon. I know women and priestesses who have their period in sync with the new moon. It starts on the new moon or it starts on the full moon, and they know every time that their cycle comes because they know when the moon is at its highest. Okay, so full moon is the time of the year, it's the time of the month where we want to focus on ourselves. So the way that you could use this stone, you could use this stone as a personal tool just by wearing it, which actually this piece here is a prayer bead mala. It is 108 rounded beads of rainbow moonstone that are faceted. So I'm put it on, and I wear it all day on the full and new moons. It helps me get in touch with the moon energy and to get in touch with lunar energy. Today is actually a super moon, which just means that it's perigee, which is when it's closest to Earth. This is the third time that this is happening, actually, this summer, which is actually a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big phenomenon. So it's going to be a really powerful energy today, and every full moon is. So it's important that when we work with Moonstone, we're aware of our own personal spiritual energies, because we are able to mold them during this time. If you have thoughts or negative thought forms that you want to turn into good things, Moonstone is something that you can use to guide yourself in the right direction, because it has guidance from the higher feminine powers, from the triplicity of the maiden, mother, and crone, which is the goddess energy. And the crone is all about wisdom, and the full moon is all about the mother. So, you know, the whole energy here is all about nurture and nature. It's all about guidance and driving us into the success of our lives. When we take Moonstone in our hands, you can feel that it has a passive energy. It flows through you. It doesn't inject energy like quartz does and like diamonds do. It has a very, very calm energy. It has a very, very passive energy. Passive like the moon, whereas the sun is active. So feldspars, which is the type of stone that Moonstone is, feldspar is very calming. Feldspar, all kinds of feldspar have a very nice past life regression therapy to them. They allow you to look back on old lives and old walks of life and see, you know, the things that you may want to know about to help you move through fears and hard times and hardships that you're going through now. Because everything that you are going through in this life has a reason from a past life. Everyone you know, everything you know, you already knew before, just in different forms, bodies, words, languages, all that. So it's important that during the full moon, we look back not only on this life, but on past lives. And Moonstone is one of the past life regression stones that you can use. So I'm also going to talk about, just real quick, if Moonstone is for the full moon, the other form of feldspar that's really amazing that I'll do absolutely another video on, because it's one of the most important stones there are, is called labradorite. This is labradorite. Labradorite is really amazing. See the blue flashes and the green flashes and the yellow flashes. There's crisscrosses. There's all kinds of stuff in it. I've had this ring for, I think, 3 years now. I wear it all the time. I wear it every single new moon. If the full moon is associated with Moonstone, the new moon is associated with labradorite. Labradorite is just another form of feldspar. It has its own amazing energy. It allows you to release old grudges. It's another stone that's amazing for past life therapy and past life regressions. When you sleep with labradorite, it strengthens your dream quality, and it allows you to kind of get inside your dreams. So does Moonstone. That's just called lucid dreaming. So feldspars like Moonstone and labradorite, they allow you to have lucid dreams, and then when you come out of those dreams, you are able to analyze them and pull lessons from them. Everything in your life that happens, you dream about it before it happens. You don't remember all your dreams. Everything you know and love, you dreamed about before you met it. So it's important that we use Moonstone and labradorite in conjunction with each other to heal the world, heal ourselves, and allow our blood to flow through us every day. Because we have a lot of trouble sometimes getting rid of blockages in our energy. Moonstone is one thing that will put us in sync with the lunar cycle, and the lunar cycle is everything. It guides us. It guides us at night, especially. That's the little metaphysical metaphor there, is that it guides us in the dark. When the sun is not there, the moon is. When the active energy isn't there, the passive energy is. When you aren't looking forward, you're looking backwards. And when you're looking backwards, you're able to evaluate and you're able to learn. You don't learn until you're done with something. So in conclusion, full moon is all about Moonstone. Moonstone is unbelievable. Ask any metaphysician, any healer, any priest or priestess of energy or metaphysics. They will tell you that Moonstone is an extremely important stone. Labradorite as well, and that's for the new moon, but I'll do a whole thing on that soon. So everyone have a great full moon. Be safe because it gets a little crazy, and so do animals. Goddess bless.